into an interview, you don't go with a hood, right? You can't come to class with pajamas. If you're going to an interview, you can't go with the pajamas, right?
People in college, do they sag?
No, not really. Not really.
Okay. That's why I need to be working at a college, because all those things just really irritate
In
me.
your school, are you allowed to tell them they can't sag?
You tell people to pull their pants up, and then they pull their shirt down. They'll pull their pants up part of the way, and then they'll pull their shirt down. You have to tell people to take their hats off. You have to tell people to put their phones away.
Mm-hmm.
Every day. Every day. It's really sad.
So what's going on in local news today?
What about the Maryland situation? What was Maryland? It was a girls' school.
It was an all-girls school.
A nice property right there on not
Scotland
Valley Road, but Scotland Road.
It was a pretty good school. I know quite a few people who send their kids to that school.
Well, it's closed. For how long has this been?
Almost
3 years,
2 years
now?
Yeah, 2 going on 3 years.
And as we know, your university buys up property in South Orange and doesn't have to pay taxes.
I mean, I know there's
your alma mater, is it not?
Yes, it is. I know there's a university called St. Anselm College, but I don't own it.
Your alma mater, Anselm,
okay, there we go.
That's on the television in front of us playing basketball.
Okay.
They buy a property in the community and they don't have to pay taxes. Isn't that something? Some people are angry about that. They find that to be
the Catholic
unfair.
institution.
So if a minister, I've heard a lot about this. Or a minister or a preacher or a rabbi or whatever will buy a house in the name of the church or in the this
you don't pay taxes.
They don't pay taxes on
Correct.
it.
Absolutely correct.
So that leaves a burden of taxes to all the other people.
It doesn't leave the burden, really. You got to pay whatever you got to pay. If he doesn't pay taxes, the burden doesn't go over on you. It's based on your
but if it were equally distributed, then my burden would be less, right? So
I don't know how true that is. Because, it's all based on your property, the width of your property, how big your property is, what type of renovations you do, all that other stuff. So,
at any rate, Seton Hall University announced last week it was entering into an agreement with Hackensack University Health Network to form a new 4-year school of medicine. The school will be located at the former Hoffman LaRoche campus in Clifton and Nutley and should begin accepting students within the next 3 years. Seton Hall officials said the deal followed on the denouement, I don't know that word.
What was that?
Denouement, DENOUEMENT, of a bid to obtain zoning variances for the former Marylon of Orange's site in South Orange. The university was seeking variances that would have allowed it to buy and convert the Maryland of the Oranges Academy and Graves House at Scotland Road and Montrose Avenue into an academic and administrative building for Graduate School of Medicine and construct a 202-space parking lot. When the Maryland deal fell through, this other opportunity availed itself, a Seton Hall University spokeswoman said in an email. Last October, Seton Hall withdrew the pending use of variance applications for Maryland after 4 planning board hearings, with more scheduled, as well as meetings with the Historic Preservation Commission concerning the rehabilitation of the Graves House. Sale of the property was contingent upon obtaining the variance. The Maryland site was returned to South Orange tax rolls in South Orange as of January 1st, 2015. In December, South Orange trustee Mark Rosner announced he is chairing a subcommittee considering future desired development options for Maryland. Rosner noted that the property is zoned for single-family housing. However, its owners, the Sister of Charity, are marketing the property for a non-conforming use, multifamily homes. I'm going to get to the last paragraph. Here's a long quote from them. What do you think about that? So you're going to turn that property that was once a school into single-family homes because it's zoned to do that. It doesn't necessarily say that's what they're going to do, and we don't know what's going to happen. Be a right place for another school, yes, since our district is growing.
Yeah, I think so. But they're not interested in another school in this community. I think they're more interested in having apartment buildings in this community lately.
But then all these apartments have to accommodate people, and people have families, and
yeah, but it's not going to be much. It's not going to be a big difference because remember, as people leave the high school, if you bring in high school kids, it's basically and people move from the middle school or elementary school to the middle school, it all works out.
Let us hope.
Yeah, I don't think it's such a big deal.
We shall see.
I think it all works out in the end.
What other things are going on?
Well, New Jersey Pride presents the black and white ball to benefit the LGBTQ youth.
Do you know what that stands for?
Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transsexuals, and queer.
What's the Q stand for?
Queer.
Q? QU, you say?
QUEER.
Queer.
Yeah. I don't know. North Jersey Pride, a non-profit organization dedicated to promoting equality, acceptance, and respect for LGBTQ. I think they just added that Q at the end. Youths and families in the Upper Garden State will host the Black and White Ball fundraiser on Saturday, February 7th from 7 to 11 p.m. at the Woodlawn in Maplewood. The event will feature live music including Tony-nominated across Christiane Knoll, Ragtime, Jekyll and Hyde, and the 18-piece full-count big band orchestra, as well as the 2014-2015 National High School a cappella champions, the Highland Voices. Light buffet and a cash bar will be served. Credit card accepted. Must be 21 or older. Creative black tie, black and white attire requested. It's funny. How could they serve liquor at the Woodland?
Who's hosting the event?
North Jersey Pride. And they're serving liquor.
Okay, so...
Cash bar.
Yeah, and how can they do that?
Yeah.
From what I have learned, that the nonprofit can get some kind of permit to sell liquor 12 times a year.
Really?
Yes, and that's what I'm going to try to go for. So you can have... you get the 501, and then you apply for this license to sell beer, alcohol, or whatever 12 times. So
I didn't know that.
That's what I was told how Rent Party does it.
Okay. Ticket prices are $50, $75, and $100. Sponsorship packages are also available. Fully 50% of tax-deductible ticket proceeds will support North Jersey Pride, LGBTQ youth-related events, and Hetrick Martin Institute, New Jersey after-school program for at-risk LGBTQ teens in Newark. If you can't attend, you can make a tax-deductible donation. So there you have it.
Anything else happening locally?
Yeah. Jefferson Playground Projects launches Pennies to Play. The Jefferson Playground Project, an effort by the Jefferson School PTA to raise $100,000 for new playground equipment, got a big boost today with a 3-minute promotional video and the Pennies to Play in a Classroom Change Drive. The video, edited by Deidre Bell, mom of Jefferson third grader Grace, was shot in the grounds of Jefferson School in December by 4 Jefferson dads with professional media experience. Alex Roby, Ben Niles, Dave Knoll, and Evan Fleischer. More than 30 Marshall School and Jefferson students were interviewed for the video. Marshall teaches children from K through 2, who then graduate to Jefferson for grades 3 to 5.
So I just found a interesting article here on NewJersey.com.
But I have a question.
What? That you don't believe in playgrounds? What else?
Yeah. Why are you spending $100,000 on
That is a
playground?
lot of money.
What? Seriously? Why are you spending
I guess that's how much the equipment and all the wood chips and anything else.
Yeah, but the question is, why are you spending that much money on a playground?
I don't have an answer to that.
Silence. What is the impact that? What is the impact that a playground has on your
development of a child?
Development of a
physical
child?
development, their ability and learning how to work with others and play with other people, to share the resources of the playground. You don't find that of value, I take it.
Well, you don't forget, I grew up in Trinidad. We didn't have no playgrounds, and we did very fine. We came out very, very good. We didn't come up with much problems. See, that's part of the American culture I don't understand. I really don't understand it, man. Seriously. A playground at $100,000? Is that money well spent?
If that is what those people want to do, Anselm.
No, I'm not telling you don't do it. I'm just asking if it's money well spent.
Well, I mean, how much does the equipment cost? That's the question.
So you saying regardless of how much the equipment costs, it's money well spent?
Is the cost that high because the equipment costs a lot of money? And the putting together or construction or assembly rather of the equipment.
So you think that's money well spent? Okay.
Listen, hey. Here's a juicy story. Restraining order in effect for Irvington cop accused of trying to run down Newark councilman. Isn't that something? Okay. A temporary restraining order will remain in effect against an Irvington police captain accused of trying to run down a Newark city councilman with her car, a judge said today. In a brief court appearance, Family Division Judge Brace Kaplan instructed Monique Smith and South Ward Councilman John Sharp James to return to court on February 6 for a hearing to determine whether the restraining order will be made permanent. Kaplan reminded Smith that she must not have any contact with James or have another person contact him on her behalf. The judge told her that you need to stay away from this individual at all times. Outside the courtroom afterwards, Smith's attorney, Anthony Pope, and James both declined to comment. I think I've met these people. The councilman received a temporary restraining order after January 5th incident in which Smith allegedly confronted him around 11 p.m. near his home in the area of Elizabeth and Pomona Aves. As Smith yelled at him, James got in his vehicle and drove off, according to the police. Smith then got in her personal vehicle, followed James, and repeatedly struck his vehicle with her car, the police said. James drove to his parents' residence on Wilbur Street, where his father, former Newark Mayor Sharp James, intervened on his behalf. This sounds like some real drama. Smith, 43 of Irvington, was later arrested on various charges, including aggravated assault, stalking, harassment, criminal mischief, and multiple weapons offenses. She was released after posting 10% of her $75,000 bail. On Wednesday, an attorney appeared in court without Smith to enter a not guilty plea on her behalf. The altercation allegedly occurred hours after Smith was promoted to captain during a ceremony at the Irvington Town Hall. Township Mayor Tony Voss had said Smith would be suspended without pay pending an investigation. It sounds like some drama is going on, huh? What do you think of that?
I guess it's Newark for you.
It's Newark and Irvington, so these politicals got something going
right
on.
Next to each other.
I guess she was angry. She was like, listen, you better answer the phone. I get it. I get it.
Oh, well. Political rivalry, I said. Maybe NWA.
There's something going on beneath all of that.
NWA, Irvington versus Newark. Maplewood to introduce ordinance allowing curbside sport equipment from April through December. Maplewood Township Committee will introduce an ordinance at its next meeting that will